Video games prices are skyrocketing at an alarming rate. The numbers are soaring, and they're breaking past what we once considered normal. While we were getting used to numbers such as $59, which, let's say sincerely, is actually $60, $70 games are getting more and more popular. And here's the shocking part. $80 games are seen out in the wild at an even higher rate. Is this the new reality? How did we get here? And what does this mean for the future of gaming? This is the ghost that scares most of the gamers. Not that guy though. But is this true? Okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's take the time machine for a trip way back to 1976. You're a technology enthusiast. Mr. Who's the Boss did not have a YouTube channel yet. Instead, you were subscribed to Byte. Of course, Byte was not a YouTube channel. Byte was a magazine. With $1.50 a month, about $8 in today's money, you could read the most recent news about software, small computers, and even supercomputers, aka huge rooms full of circuit boards and transistors. Yes, what you see here is one computer. It's a Saturday morning. To check your mail, you had to go outside. In the box you find your Byte magazine of the month. You take it inside, make yourself some coffee or tea, and you start flipping through the pages. Until page 14.
Wow!
A fully assembled, not a kit, computer with everything you need. This was a single board computer, which means that everything was integrated on a single circuit board. Today, we are playing games on more complex computers with individual components like the CPU, motherboard, RAM, storage, GPU. So you get $245 out of your pocket and buy yourself a PC, which is actually around $1,400 in today's money. Your new computer came with a keyboard, a display, and the ability to read code from cassette tapes or paper tapes. Meanwhile, in some other house, Peter Jennings, who was ahead of his time, thought, hey, look, a fully assembled computer for people's homes. Let's create a game for them so they don't spend all day doing calculations. And in about 6 months, Peter Jennings made one of the first commercially available games for your personal computer to play at home. The game was called Microchess, and as the name says, it was a game of chess. At first, when you bought this game, you would actually get only a booklet with the game's source code. Yes, that's right, you paid only for the source code of the game. You had to enter the code manually on your computer and record it on a cassette tape if you wanted to play it later without entering the code again. It was only later that the game began to be distributed on cassette or paper tapes. At the time, there was no market for software distribution. Now, how much did a copy of this game cost? $10. It sold 50,000 copies, a huge number for that time. It took 4 years for this to be surpassed by Mystery House and Zork, which sold 80,000 and 100,000 copies respectively. Those were years of pure innovation in PC gaming, where brilliant ideas were brought to life by small teams of just 1 or 2 people. They had no recipes of how to make games at the time. If we jump 10 years in the future, it's going to be 1986. If you are into gaming and could afford to pay $150 for a console, you most likely owned a Nintendo Entertaining System, or NES, the best-selling home gaming console for a long time after its release. Why did I choose this year? Because this is the year when the first game in a famous series was launched. The Legend of Zelda saw the light of the day for the first time ever. A team of 7 people worked about 16 months to produce the game, and only 3 of them were programmers. The game was heavily criticized at its release due to its price, which was a hefty $69. $69! In 2017, Nintendo released a new Legend of Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. A critically acclaimed game by both fans and critics. After around 5 years of development efforts from a team of about 300 people, the game was released at the price of $59. Now, let's take a look at the price of these 2 games. Microchess was created by one man in 6 months and was sold for $10 in 1976. Adjusted for inflation, that would be around $55 today. If we look at the first Legend of Zelda game, it was $10 more expensive than Breath of the Wild, even without adjusting to inflation. So it seems that the gaming prices stayed pretty much the same over the years, and in some cases it even got cheaper. Even though some technology used in making games became more expensive, teams got bigger and production times got longer, other production aspects got cheaper. For example, today, many people are buying games digitally, so it is less expensive to distribute games. Under these circumstances, the price of video games has managed to stay relatively constant over several decades. So why all the buzz? Gamers have their fair reasons to complain about increasing video games prices even more. One of the first reasons is many games are released unfinished. After paying a lot of money, you end up with a game that's unplayable on day one, and you have to wait until they release the first update. Then there are microtransactions and DLCs. After paying full price for a game, you still find content locked behind DLCs, forcing you to spend even more money to access it. Or even worse, you have to pay to level up your character or power up your team. Also, many games lack innovation and haven't improved enough to justify the full price. EA Sports, FC or FIFA, for example, is mostly the same game every year, but it still carries the same full price year after year. So will GTA 6 be $100? Shortly, video game publishers can charge as much as they want for the game. In the end, the customer will decide if the price is worth it or not. If they buy it, wait until it will be on sale, or don't spend a single penny on it. If the game doesn't sell enough copies to cover production costs, the publisher will have to lower the price. Let me know what you think. Are today's games prices fair?